I think.
Broadcast is live.
We're live.
Out to the world.
Yay. Yeah, nobody cares. But
Yeah, I hear that. Still fun stuff.
How was the day today, guys? How was work? How was everything going?
Oh, long. 10 hours. Did you work today?
When? Yes, I worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went over to but I got up at my alarm rung off about 3:11, so I got up, started rolling about 4:30. Drove all the way. Yeah, drove all the way over to Butler. Worked till 4. Got home about 5:30. Damn it.
Yeah.
So
started at 5 myself. Got home about 4:30. You pulled an 8-hour shift or a 10?
10 hour. 10 hour. I got an hour drive just to get there.
Yeah, I got you.
I mean, you usually get up an hour before.
Right.
Or start stirring an hour before.
Right. Trying to push yourself out of bed with the crowbar or whatever you got handy.
Yeah.
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 Especially me.
Especially
me. So,
Joe, what do we got planned for the next session?
We didn't get very far.
No, we didn't.
No.
A little bit of a recap. What's going on? Tell the all zero fans.
Last thing you guys experienced was that giant toad that guarded the entrance to the exit to the cave was nothing but a pile of bones. And you're in a cave system, so just think of the things that you could experience while you're in there. I can tell you it's not spiders, so Hoffmaster would be happy to know that there's no spiders involved.
Snakes,
right? Other things involved. So, yep.
I hate snakes.
Exactly.
Well, that'll be fun.
Was that like an accident at somebody's house?
Just then? The noise? Wasn't my house. I thought it was you, Joe. That was your house.
I'm upstairs in the spare room.
I'm on the front porch. It might be.
That might be you.
It might be, but it was just a car driving by.
Yeah.
Boy, it sounded like it was robbing the bank and fleeing from the scene. So, yeah, I'm pretty stoked about what's going on now. It kind of sucks that every week there's somebody missing, but so it goes.
Yeah, that is a bit of a bummer.
Oh,
yeah, but it's a lot of fun, that's for sure.
On a slightly related note, I made a grid for the West Marching map for Kintersburg, and I'm thinking about how we can designate. I'm trying to think of a system to designate certain hexagons on the grid specifically for different people to take over and create adventures for that hex, like
nice
or whatever.
Yeah,
I'll have to show it to you guys sometime. It's at work right now. It's on the computer at work. I've been sitting on the computer at work, and every break I get, they go in there and
drop that H off the end.
What's that?
It's a useless letter at the end.
He's commenting on Petersburg.
Make it
you see it?
erg or an erg.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I can see. That's the neat thing. I can do this. I can get rid of that. I can. You see Squirrel Hermit. You see Joe and Ross.
Yeah.
We could do. The squirrel gets squirrely. Like there's all kinds of neat little banners with this. But anyways, Kintersburg. Drop the H. I should type that. Kintersburg.
Just think how much money it would save in ink over the printings,
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like I can't use the digital printer at work, but I could probably make a couple of copies,
How about that? Let's see how this works. Can we? Is he gonna shut?
There you go. Well, it says drop the H.
Yeah, Kinchersburg, drop the H.
I don't
right?
Know. Looks better with no H on there. Whatever. I'm just teasing.
Yeah, I know, brother. We know. Hey, we know.
Shit.
It's all right.
I don't give a shit. I think you guys are all crazy for wanting to write up a module.
Well, what the hell? Why not?
No, I
don't want to make money off of it. I just want to write it up and go blah. Here you go.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll tell you what.
4 years of college in my belt, and I got 6 months employment out of it. I figured I should do a little bit more before I kick the bucket. Something at least. And
the average. I can't seem to help it, but whenever I plan the next part of the next chapter of the campaign, I mean the last one, I like the 2 weeks ago when we were supposed to look for that elk antler bow.
Everything goes haywire.
Where else? I wrote 3,000 words, and it's not even like a novel. It's just if you went in there, it's just like bullet points.
Yeah,
and almost like mine read like a choose your own adventure. The whole thing of with Ross too. And I didn't mean to go off on a tangent saying Ross isn't role playing because Ross does role play, but like the whole thing was on me. Just asking one NPC what their name was, and then we did a totally different thing. Well, we didn't do a totally different thing, but it happened in a different way.
Yeah.
So that's what's fun. That's what's so fun about it. And then once you can have everybody there, we have our core group, which is you two and Nama. So, there you can always, know that there's going to be at least a few people there, and Joe and Jamie come at will. Ross, I told Snyder it took me 2 hours to cut my grass tonight because you remember Aaron Ciapala?
Yeah.
Yes.
He lives across the street in a duplex. So.
Oh.
Yeah, he got a divorce and his wife took their house and he's living in a duplex now.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, she still lets him see his daughter. Like his daughters are like pretty much every day. His oldest daughter graduated this year from MCCTC, and his youngest daughter's like 11 or 12, so she's there pretty much every day chilling with him.
Oh, that's cool.
Got a nice little dog.
So I love you guys, but see your names. we can mess with them. No, for real, because this is a live thing. But anyways.
Well, no, in a live thing, what I was going to say is that, for people who are listening and people who watch, this is someone who never played D&D before. And I was like, yeah, he said, have you seen anybody from, school? And I'm like, yeah, I said, Snyder and Ross Klein were at my house playing D&D on Saturday. And he was like, man, I always wanted to play that. I said, dude, you live across the street. You can come over and roll up whatever you want. I said, you probably have a good time,
Absolutely.
It's not something you have to do every Saturday or Sunday, but you can drop in once a month or something and play a few times a year, whatever, one off.
Yeah, the more the merrier, because that's one of the things I've said. All right, you got 6-7 players. 9 out of 10 times, all 6 or 7 aren't going to show up. So you're going to have a table of 3, 4, 5. You're going to have a better table, so to speak.
Yeah, I don't really like the online, like this Zoom stuff that people do to play.
No.
No,
I don't. I like this kind of stuff where you discuss and bullshit, but gaming, playing.
I wouldn't want a camera in a game session.
It could work in a pinch. I could see it. But now let's sit at the table face to face.
Well, it's harder. Like, I don't know about you guys, but it's harder to read body language and for me on doing this.
Yep.
So I definitely prefer actually being around human beings as opposed to in front of a camera, because I end up looking at myself too, and then if I react to something, I look at myself, and then I see myself reacting. It's just jarring, to say the least. But
you wouldn't be able to draw
No, I would not.
No, he would not. He would be mesmerized.
I would be stuck watching. My
Mesmerized.
narcissism would kick in, and they'd be all over.
A moth in the lights, the shimmer of my glass.
We can't see ourselves in your glasses.
How about my eyes of sin?
You need to get a wonky eye. You know, I use this thing at work, this StreamYard stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I figured he did because he jumped right in.
What do you do with it at work? Like you have like meetings and stuff?
Sales children.
Emails. It's an email sign. I can send you an email that's a 10-second video email.
Hey, somebody's here watching us.
Proposal. I can email this to somebody.
Look out, I don't know who. Oh, we have 2 viewers. Who is it? Comment, let us know. Please.
Hey, viewers.
Or not.
How
Creep.
you doing?
Faces for radio.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes,
I
throw the blanket over the screen and pretend the voices look pretty.
I know. Those two poor souls watching us right now. Oh.
Now, one's Debbie, Nehemiah.
Nice.
But hey, yeah, throw it out there.
She's chilling.
Oh, DM James. Nice. Now that's a brother right there. I appreciate this, bro. I'd like to have you on. This is the first experiment. Testaroonie. Yeah. I like it. I appreciate that big time.
Well, if you want people to, I know this is just a little bit of a test, but if you want people to do this and you want to have like a half hour, 40-minute block, that's just live. We have to do something other than look at each other on the computer, you know.
No, actually, you watch a lot of live tabletop RPG streams or whatever. It's just knuckleheads like us blabbing opinions, thoughts, philosophies. Yes.
God bless you.
I really appreciate it, DM James. That's awesome, brother.
If we're actually
are you seeing this chat? Yeah. Guys?
Who,
me?
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I'm just watching you.
No, are you seeing the live
I didn't even
comment.
Go on to
Oh.
Yeah, check on the comments. We're actually just kind of random blabbery. Like I said, DM James, this is just a testaroonie from Squirrel Hermit. Von Ludwig, he's a fellow player at the table, lifelong friend. Captain Velcro. He's a fellow. I'd use his other nickname, but that might be copyrighted.
Yeah, you could be struck for that.
Yeah. So
that one.
Another lifelong friend. We're blabbing.
There you go, homie.
Just a test.
Look how meta that is. Look at that meta shit right there.
It's very meta. Very meta, Joe.
I don't know.
Prescient.
Von Ludwig was talking about his game, what he was doing with the 5e jam. He was inspired recently to DM, first time DM. He was talking about that a little bit, and yeah, really just random blabberings. I mean, you got any questions? You want to say anything, bro? Be much appreciated.
There was a topic we discussed before about campaigns being geared towards characters that are younger. Remember that discussion?
Yes.
Today? Maybe we can talk about that a little bit.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Dungeon Minister.
Because I'm of the opinion that
I'm blessed. Thank you, guys. Go ahead, Cap.
I mean, you made that character at 60 years old, but I'm of the opinion that your first level characters are by default between the ages of like 16 and 21. I think the game pushes you in that direction.
If you're
playing like 5e or something like that.
He's playing a 3rd level character that's 60.
Well, I know. I'm not saying that you can't do it. My argument to Snyder was that games like Dungeons and Dragons 5e have a built-in bias, so that if you create a 1st level character, the bias is that they're young.
Well, I don't know. I mean, the bias might be rules, depending on who writes rules, whether it's Burning Wheel, 5e, Palladium, whatever. That might be baked in at character creation rules. My opinion on the old school, like AD&D or whatever, with the aging.
Well, especially with like those like Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, and even before then.
Yes,
I mean at that time it was a kid's hobby for sure, or
yes,
the popular impression.
Yeah, but as far as like the rules, like, oh, you're 30, you have a -1 on whatever. You're 60, you have a -2 on strength.
I'm not,
those kind of things. But
your wisdom would have to go up.
What's that?
What's that?
Your wisdom would have to go up. Your strength goes down.
Yeah, right.
Yes, no,
right.
No, absolutely.
Your wisdom would go up. Your
Absolutely.
constitution would go down, and your charisma. That's a roll of the dice, one way or the other.
That is absolutely.
Like you're either Santa Claus or you're an ugly hag. You really don't have a choice to do any other things. But I was just like the tone of the. I'm thinking. I'm not thinking like the rules. I'm thinking like the tone of the adventures and the themes, and just the idea of like if you're going to do a dungeon crawl and you're doing the dungeon crawl because you've got ambition to get the treasure, which is usually the I just
you should be healthy.
Yeah, well, they should be healthy,
eager, hungry,
right.
Followed. Yep.
But I don't know. I kind of thought I was thinking about it after Jason made his character. It's like, yeah, it kind of makes sense to think about it that way. But I digress. I'm just trying to.
One of the reasons that I started DMing is because I wanted to, I guess, push things to where I wanted him to be at. Like I told you guys that I wanted you to be like a 2nd or 3rd level character to start out, because mainly the storyline is that, all of your mentors, ranger, sorcerer, thief, assassin, whatever, all of your mentors had gone missing at the same time, and their party member from back in the day is now a duke, and he's got gold to throw at it and magic at the solution. So I mean, like, one of the things we talked about was cutting down on time. What did we do last time? We did a montage. It's gonna be a montage.
Right.
Because really, why do we go like what? Now we're in trouble.
Yeah.
Now we're in trouble.
We've
They're
broken
chasing after
curfew.
that train.
We've broken curfew.
What the hell is it? It's only 10 o'clock.
That's the curfew in East Palestine, my friend. You didn't know that?
Are you shitting me?
If you're under the age of 18 and you're out past 10, they throw you in the locker. They lock you up.
They don't have alleyways in that town?
Apparently they're not dark enough for you to hide.
You can hang out in the alleys longer than 10. That's for sure. If you have it. But he can hear what we're saying, and the people at home can hear what we're saying.
Yeah.
So, like one of the things is, and I would get maybe skewered at like Gary Con or something like that, because there's a lot of it that to me is like, I've never worried, like, people are like, oh, do you have flint and tinder? Fuck your flint and tinder. Make unless the part of the story is that these guys are all haggard. They escaped from a mountainside somewhere and fell down the side of the mountain, and they've got hardly any weapons, and they have to use their skills to survive. Then that would be that. But like, no, we're just traveling, and hey, do you have flint and tinder to start a fire? Who gives a shit? You start the fire. Like that's and like the travel stuff. Like, I mean, there's so many rules in this game. Like we traveled by some sort of temporal field. You know, you guys sunk into that sand and then came out on the other side. Like, you know, what was it? 10 leagues away or whatever the hell it was. You know,
well,
I just want to. I think the things that I think of a problem solving role playing action. That's it. That's really all I care about, you know. And like we were saying the other day too, it's nice to have, you know, I was on the Dwarven Forge thing last night looking at some of their stuff. Ross, you could easily make that shit, you know. Like really the thing that separates their stuff is they put a little magnet in there to keep everything sticking together. Well, you can use Velcro if you want to. I mean, you can use whatever you want. It's 1993. You could JB weld that shit in there. You know? Like,
hey, whoa! You had JB Weld. Whoa.
Yeah, you don't mess with that.
JB Weld is good, and it's non-toxic too. So, you know, that's the main thing. Is if you're inhaling the fumes, it's non-toxic. I thought it was non-toxic, isn't it?
No.
Like
no, it's you don't need it.
Dear God.
Yeah, it's not good.
I thought that's why people use certain implements with them, you know, 25, 30 years
you
ago.
Definitely want to, you want to think about twice.
Part of my mental problem, I use that for fillings. I mean.
Right. But no, I mean, like age doesn't matter to me. Like it would be interesting to play a younger character. Like that's one of the things the reason why I came up with the idea that I did for like those kids who were, you know, ingesting the root of that tree, like with Ross's character. Yeah, like and one of the things that got to me is because these guys would know who were watching about the Gulthius tree, and I was just like, oh, the Gulthius tree. It's a vampire tree, and it came from the shards of a stake that someone staked into a vampire's heart, you know, and then they've somehow infiltrated in the ground, and now, you know, that was just pretty cool. And then I was thinking, well, there's got to be a, you know, a tree of good and a tree of knowledge instead of a tree that's just vampiric and tries to, you know, kill everything around it.
Right. No, like the yin and yang kind of thing. I liked it actually. I thought it was a really good idea.
We got viewer 5. I don't know who it is, but hello.
Viewer 5.
I see. I see the dungeon ministers.
Maybe Ross turned it on. Snyder, you had it on. I didn't.
Not me. I'm just streaming. I'm not on YouTube at all right now.
We got heavy hitters. Like I've seen the videos. I've seen the videos for DM James and the DM minister or the
dungeon minister.
Yeah.
The dungeon minister. Yeah, that guy's
great,
cool.
Man. He's awesome. Two of my tops. Actually, those two guys and Aaron the pedantic. Them 3 guys inspired me to get nutty being Squirrel.
Yeah, have some fun. Yeah.
Well, they're both very cool and informative people. So
yeah, for sure.
You know, some of the stuff I've been watching recently is the more funny stuff. Like that one kid that we were watching the other day, the kid who got all mad because the I forget what his name is. The kid that got all mad because his party was too powerful. Like, you know.
Oh yeah. Because
they were all 24th level and, you know, could dispatch of everything, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, dragons, no problem.
Yeah, that's their own fault. You're welcome, Dungeon Minister. Like I said, same with you, DM James. You two guys and Aaron the pedantic. The top 3 I stumbled across. I've been watching all kinds of other fellas, but for some reason, maybe it was the OSR vibe. Maybe it was the home brewed vibe, or just, hey, let's wing it and out on YouTube. I don't know, but yeah, you guys. Okay, here we go. DM James, we got village-born conscript foot soldier starting age 15. That's Burning Will, and I am going to say amen to that because that is Burning Will. Yeah. That Burning Will is Ross. You read a little.
Way more. Honestly, it's simultaneously more rules and less rules, if that makes any sense.
Yes.
But I really, if we could like wrap our heads around it, we could play a game of Burning Will. Would probably be really cool.
We can explore it. We will. We will. I mean, there's some aspects we kind of slowly eked into what we're doing now, but
Yeah.
now Burning Wheel is solid. Yeah, DM James, by the way, he just fairly recently stumbled on the Burning Wheel. I cannot remember. It was a brother-in-law or a family friend or something gave it to him for a present.
Yeah.
Several, if not maybe many years back. He never really
dug it up and started looking at it again.
Yep, never looked at it and was like, let me check it out. And
but
yeah,
getting back to my point, what I was thinking is like you never have an adventure where you're the old man going back home to die. You know what I mean? Like I know that would be kind of like a weird kind of like premise.
You better watch out. His character's 60 years old, dude.
He might just do that, right? Right?
You know what? I have to see. That's the thing. Here we go. Story gaming. Oh my goodness, story. I have siblings. You know, sons, daughters. So if something were to happen,
grandkids, dude,
they could bring up the mantle, so to speak, seek revenge, or just even not seek revenge. He's laid to rest. He was a hero, or he was an idiot. And yet, still get some of his stuff, his belongings, and carry on adventuring in their own way.
Right. Or maybe there's some like a mystery in his estate. You know, like they stumble upon something. But yeah, I guess kind of that would be cool. That would be cool.
Snyder, you were asked a question in your comment there.
I'm seeing it just now. My middle guy wants to read other RPGs, mostly so he can know something his older brother doesn't. Accessible for a 10-year-old. Actually, yeah, I don't think Burning Wheel is actually anything too adulty. There's no real perversions.
In terms of content, I mean, just like themes and stuff. It's not. It's just Dungeons and Dragons kind of fantasy. So I don't think.
Exactly.
It gets a lot into like character motivation, and
it's not. It's definitely not
milestones. So
definitely not Troika.
Well, right. Ain't bad either. Troika's odd, but it's not bad. It's definitely not. It's definitely not something like. No offense to Venger Satanas, it's not something like Chalt or whatever. Like it could get edgy. No, Burning Wheel is not edgy. No, by no means.
It doesn't. I mean, it could be if you wanted it to be, but if you're
no,
you
flat out,
it won't voice that upon you. So you could read it and you would be all right.
Yes.
Would he be able to like absorb all of those rules?
Who knows? The kid could be a brain.
Well, how smart he is, right? Like,
look at his dad. Look at his dad. That kid's probably pretty.
Oh, probably
and smart, articulate kid. So
especially if he's trying to like outwit his brother or whatever. I think.
Look what you got. You got a 10-year-old and a 14-year-old, right?
I got a 13-year-old.
You just trusted him for the first time on Saturday after us for the last 3 years. Like, 7 and 10. That's not old enough to leave him at home. You know,
that's right. That's right, Minister. Yeah, I would. Burning Wheel is fine. Burning Wheel is for a 10-year-old. There's nothing. You would be fine allowing your son to read that and try and wrap his head around the rules. The rules are not hard by any means. They're just there's different than the basic expert, the BECME. The stereotypical or standard Dungeons and Dragons rules. They're just different. It's a dice pool.
It's a lot more story driven.
You need a bunch of excited. Well, it can be story. It doesn't have to be story. But
it's driven by character development. So
yes,
the character growth is a big thing in Burning Wheel,
and that's why he should read it. If you read his comment, he said that his son is creating his own.
I'm just reading it right now,
and that's what I'd be doing. I mean, could you imagine instead of 1984, like
we had Palladium and AD&D.
And then like now these kids that are 10 years old, the platforms they have now. I mean, I would rather watch a bunch of like hopped up kids on like Pop and Candy at 12.
Hi, Sandy.
I see.
You want to say hi? You want to say hi to the world? Our viewers.
He's looking forward to getting off work at 10
Yeah,
o'clock and getting right on your feed.
Tuesday is
Bunch
our
of idiots.
longest day because I start at 5 and she comes home at 10. So between the two of us, it's rough.
So
Yeah.
Sylvan's been going to work at 3 o'clock in the morning and getting home at 8:30, and then I leave and go to. I work a regular shift. She used to, but you know.
Yeah. Now let me clarify, folks. Baker's hours, not banker's hours. Right? She's still working for the bakery.
Making
the donuts.
Making the donuts, man.
Yeah.
So. Yes, but I would be making this stuff. If you could imagine, we're all 10, 11, 12 years old, and you have phones and iPads, and if we were to, I was just reading Bruce Campbell, one of his books, and they were talking about them renting the 16 millimeter cameras and shooting the Evil Dead in Tennessee in 1979, and you can take this thing right here, we can shoot a movie right now.
Pretty much same quality, yeah.
So, it's crazy. So that's what I would be doing, and that's why I'm so glad, and it coincided with, those of you who are listening, Squirrel Hermit, he DM'd every game for 32 years. So, it was high time for him to play a character. So, you all having trouble? Ross?
No, I'm just
I'm just trying to adjust to the camera.
I'm just trying.
Well, you look all right. So
good, thanks.
Yeah, 10:13. Did you get your wife something to eat, or are you making her eat something, drink something?
I don't
get something to eat.
No, I don't make that mistake anymore. I mean,
man.
She's not even in the kitchen right now. I don't know what happened to her. I think she's probably in the bedroom.
She doesn't want to. She doesn't want to hear us at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah,
she's like, talk about.
She doesn't want to hear me ever. You guys, she doesn't have a problem with me. She's like, I just don't want to talk to him.
Yeah, we're new sound. You're like, well,
exactly. It's like, oh man, I got to listen to this story again. Hey, where are you broken today? I don't care.
Well, this was fun. I think maybe Ross should take care of his wife. I got to put a kid to bed, and we'll plan on the flip side of doing more of these and actually having maybe some loose guidelines.
Yeah.
Keep people interested.
For sure. Like I typed to folks, I thank everyone for joining in. This was a testaroonie, a little experiment. I'll figure out if I can invite some other folks on, and you guys have a good night. Everyone else have a good night, and till next time.
All right, folks, take care.
Keep it real.
Later on.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Really, really do. I don't know how to I know how to send invites to my buddies that got the emails and such, but I'll see you around.